Saudi Arabia's ruling royal family has a net worth of about $1.4 trillion, which is 16 times more than that of the British royal family. The ruling monarchy draws most of its income from vast oil reserves that were founded 75 years ago, changing the country's fortune and making the House of Saud the richest family on earth. Today, we are going to tell you the untold lives of the Saudi royal family. 7. Members of the family enjoy extremely luxurious purchases. With no shortage of wealth, it comes as no surprise that the Saudi royal family is known for living lavishly. Still, some of their pricier purchases have left some stunned. For example, in 2017, the Wall Street Journal revealed that the aforementioned Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known by his initials MBS, purchased Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi for $450.3 million. Similarly, the New York Post reported that MBS owns a ultra-fancy 440-foot yacht that cost him a startling $494 million. The craft allegedly has 2 pools and a helipad and was said to be an impulse purchase. The outlet added that in addition to the luxurious purchases of MBS, the royal family's extravagant lifestyle allegedly includes spending serious cash on gold-studded super yachts, private jets, palaces, and furniture made out of gold. Even down to the small everyday essentials, it's rumored that the Saudi royal family keeps things posh with gold-plated tissue dispensers. With plenty of seemingly unnecessary extravagance, it's no shock that the Saudi royal family has faced heavy backlash for appearing wasteful with their wealth. 6. The late King Abdul put his daughter on permanent house arrest. In 2014, the New York Post reported the disturbing and tragic story of Saudi Princess Zahra Maha Hala and Jawahar al-Saud, the daughters of the late King Abdul bin Abdulaziz. Initially, the woman started out leading lavish lives complete with unlimited shopping sprees, luxurious vacations in Europe, and high-end accessories like jewel-encrusted tiaras. However, according to the eldest daughter Sahar via phone interview, they are now prisoners in their home, forbidden to marry, and confined against their will. Sahar alleged that they are being held captive because of their public views on Saudi Arabia's oppressive treatment of women. She claims that after the sisters spoke openly about their feelings about women being illegally held and placed in mental wards, their father decided he had had enough and punished them. Similarly, their mother told the outlet that her ex-husband was physically abusive and later divorced her without her knowledge. She claimed that her treatment during their marriage led her to flee to London, and only a year after she left, King Abdul began to abuse their daughters. They had felt some oppression before I left, but when he found that I had gone, he vowed that he would kill the girls, slowly. Additionally, in an interview with a British news channel, Princess Zahra noted that because of speaking out, the sisters would likely lose access to the internet, which they said was their only connection to the outside world. Before proceeding further, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon so you would get notified when we upload the next video. 5. Allegations of abuse from former workers. According to some of their former staff, working for the Saudi royal family isn't exactly a dream come true. Initially published in 2016, an updated article by the Daily Beast reported that a Parisian decorator allegedly received some serious unacceptable royal treatment. He claimed after going to paint a Saudi princess apartment, he was tied up, beaten, and forced to kiss the feet of a Saudi princess. If that's not enough to make the alleged experience awful, the decorator says he was also thrown out without receiving payment for his work. The DB added that the statement was far from the first time someone that worked for the Saudi royal family made claims about being abused. For example, the write-up stated that the prior year, Saudi Prince Majed Abdulaziz Al Saud allegedly made unwanted sexual advances toward 5 women and was arrested after a neighbor saw a naked and bleeding woman attempting to escape his Beverly Hills home. Similarly, a 2006 report by ABC News stated that Saudi Princess Buni Al Saud was arrested and charged with felony battery after allegedly assaulting one of her maids. That incident was said to occur at the princess's townhouse in Orlando, Florida, and the maid reportedly stated that it wasn't the first time that princess had put her hands on her. 4. The royal family has reversed some controversial laws. Known for having some pretty strict laws, Al Jazeera states that as an absolute monarchy, Saudi Arabia has enforced harsh limitations that don't exist elsewhere for Muslim women. While some of these rules were amended in August 2019, previous laws allowed a woman who lived in Saudi Arabia to essentially be given the same treatment as a child. They were unable to receive education, travel, work, marry, or get access to legal documents without the express consent of a male guardian. If that wasn't bad enough, a divorced or widowed woman could legally be under the control of her own son if he was within the appropriate age. One of the first changes began on June 18, 2018, when a ban that had prohibited women from legally being allowed to drive was finally lifted, a move that received worldwide praise from human rights workers. However, it's worth stating that while this is a positive change, many of the women who initially fought against the ban and other discrimination have been arrested and jailed. Similarly, in relation to other law reversals, PPS's Frontline stated that in recent years, the Saudi royals have also introduced other favorable modifications, like allowing public movie theaters, which had previously had a 3-decade-long ban, as well as concerts. Still, while these moves are obviously improvements over their previous status, the additional intolerance towards those who fought for change in the first place hasn't gone without notice. 3. Crown Prince MBS has made controversial choices. Since more or less becoming Saudi Arabia's official ruler in every way but his official title, the BBC stated that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was initially praised for pursuing reforms, removing the driving ban on women, and attempting to modernize the kingdom. However, those views on MBS quickly shifted. In addition to facing heavy opposition for pursuing a war in Yemen that resulted in even more problems, MBS has also defended having women's rights activists jailed, claiming that they have misused their free speech. Additionally, Insider reported that MBS was accused of hacking Jeff Bezos' phone to steal data, something which the Saudi government heavily denied. Similarly, The Atlantic reported that after an investigation, the CIA had determined that MBS had ordered the assassination of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. If that wasn't disturbing enough, it's also suspected that MBS's allies dismembered and disintegrated Khashoggi's body post-mortem. During a meetup with the article writer Graham Wood and the magazine's editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg, MBS had plenty to say about his reputation. In addition to claiming that he had no more issues taking criticism, MBS told them that it's obvious he wasn't involved in Khashoggi's murder, adding that it hurt me and it hurt Saudi Arabia from a feelings perspective. On a creepier note, MBS claimed that if he were going to kill someone, he'd pick a person of higher value and choose better assassins than those who carried out the Khashoggi killing. 2. The House of Saud has imprisoned some of its own family members. With their strict enforcement of rules, it's no surprise that the Saudi royal family has no qualms about harshly reprimanding its family members. As reported by The Guardian, MBS shocked the world in 2017 when he had the Reyes Ritz-Carlton turned into a holding cell and detained many senior figures, some of whom were royal family members. While the outlet states that King Salman issued the arrest, it was MBS who had the order carried out. Similarly, in 2020, the New York Times stated that MBS had detained 3 royal family members: King Solomon's younger brother Prince Ahmed Abdulaziz, a former Crown Prince Mohammed bin Nayef, and his brother Prince Nawaf bin Nayef. The write-up added that the former two were allegedly considered possible complications of the future reign of MBS. Additionally, in early January, the BBC reported that Prince Basma bin Saud and her daughter had finally been released from a high-security prison. The two had been held for almost 3 years without any charges ever being brought against either. At the time of the arrest, the princess had planned to travel abroad to get medical treatment for an undisclosed illness. While there's no concrete proof, it's suspected that the princess's imprisonment could have been related to her humanitarian work or her connection to the aforementioned former crown prince. Likewise, The Guardian declared that the princess had been critical of the actions of her cousin MBS. 1. Criticism for human rights violations. While Saudi Arabia has made some positive changes regarding its laws, there is still plenty of controversy surrounding the Saudi royal family's harsh environment. As noted by Amnesty International UK, there are still many ways the House of Saud violates human rights, and these acts include severe punishments of those considered to be rule breakers. For example, back in 2015, a blogger named Raif Badawi was sentenced to 10 years in prison and 1,000 lashes delivered via public flogging, which were to be given in 50 lashes per week. Of course, Badawi's case is far from unusual, and when it comes to punishment, there are even worse ways that someone can be reprimanded. For instance, in 2011, 6 men were sentenced to cross amputation, a disturbing form of punishment where the opposite hand and foot are removed. Similarly, execution in Saudi Arabia is also on the rise. As reported by Human Rights Watch on January 2, 2016, authorities carried out the largest mass execution since 1980, putting 47 men to death in one day. Furthermore, the aforementioned problem with detaining human rights activists is still an ongoing issue. Those seemingly exercising free speech have been threatened or even imprisoned. The same goes for protesting, which is considered an unlawful act that can be punished with arrest, persecution, and imprisonment. What are your thoughts about them? If you enjoyed watching the video, please help us grow our channel and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification icon to Wealthy Kingdom. Thanks for watching.